Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and today I'm doing another reading update and a small book haul. So we're just going to jump right into it. This one's going to be a little more low-key. I'm not going to go in as in-depth into the books like I did last time. I did not prepare for that and I only have a little bit of time before my kids get home, so we're just going to run through everything, and I apologize if you wanted to hear more thoughts about the books that I have been reading recently. So we're just going to get right into it. So I think where I left off, I had read 5 books, so I was currently reading 2 books, and that was Old Country and Rain and Ruin. So I did finish Old Country. I gave this book 4 stars. I thought it was really interesting. My only complaint was that the one character, Harry, was not very likable at times, but I guess I could kind of understand like what he was going through with like his PTSD and everything. But I also felt like the story could have been more spookier, and I wasn't sure how I felt about the ending, and I still kind of had some questions left over that never got answered. So take that as you will. I enjoyed it for the most part, and it was good. Next, I started and finished Amari and the Great Game. I really enjoy Amari. I love her character and the adventure she's going on, and I really do enjoy the story and how everything plays out in the end. This one I gave 4 stars. There was just something about it that wasn't quite a 5-star this time, but I still really enjoyed it. I loved getting to see the plot progress for like the overall arc, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Then I had just recently got Kindle Unlimited for free for 30 days, so I am utilizing that a little bit here and there when I can and when I'm in the mood to, so I decided to pick up some romance books. So the first one I picked up was Mute. The author name will be right here. This one is like a motorcycle romance, but it's not one that I typically read because this one didn't have a lot of like darker themes going on in it too much. I was a little underwhelmed by the plot. The romance was okay. The characters were okay. It was just okay. I gave it 3 stars. It was not a new favorite. Next, I finally finished Rain and Ruin, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this. I did enjoy the beginning. It was a little confusing getting into it, but I ended up getting past that. This book has a lot of different political schemes going on. There was romance. It was very slow burn. I gave this book 4 stars. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I feel like this is a series, but like I felt like this story wasn't quite over when it ended, and I know there's 2 other books in the series, but they're following different characters, so I'm not sure if the story arc for these characters will continue on in that, and I don't know. I really enjoyed book 1, but I'm not in a hurry to pick up book 2 and 3, so I guess do with that as you will. Next, I picked up another Kindle Unlimited book, and that was Wicked Devil by Daniela Romero. I got over halfway into this book and DNF'd it. It was just a little too high school-y for me. I'm gonna be 30 this year, so I'm not sure if I'm like getting away from high school romances. It was a high school bully romance, but I feel like the miscommunication bothered me so much, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this book. So I DNF'd it. I did skim read like the last half of the book, and there are some triggering things that happen to our female main character, so look up the trigger warnings for this book if you need to look at the trigger warnings. I thought that from what I could tell that was dealt with pretty well, but again, the miscommunication and like the overall plot, I don't know, it fell flat for me. It was a little boring, and I felt like the book was way too long for the story it was telling. So I DNF'd it. Next, I picked up Full Tilt, and I read the first 2 chapters and DNF'd it. This book was a little bit too triggering for me. It was causing me a lot of anxiety thinking about reading it, so I decided that I needed to DNF it for my mental sanity and just undownloaded it from my Kindle app because it was my Kindle Bottom 9 book pick, and I did not count this as a book read, but I did count it as the prompt complete because the whole point of that prompt is to go through these books that I've had for a while and just haven't thought about or haven't picked up. So I think that this was a success prompt-wise. So yeah, that one was DNF'd. Next, I read 2 books in one day, and the first one was 5 Total Strangers. This was my lowest rated book for the prompt for my TBR, and it was okay. I gave it a 3. It wasn't very memorable. We're following our main character, Mira. She gets in a car because flights are canceled and she wants to get home, and all these things keep happening, and it starts to get a little more like, okay, something's definitely wrong here. We get these little letters after some of the chapters written to her, and they're just really creepy and stalkery, and I don't know. Anyway, but like, I feel like the characters I didn't really care about that much, and I didn't really care about the plot, and like, I didn't care about this one too much. It was okay. It was a quick, fast read, but not something I'm going to be thinking about, so I just gave this one a low 3 stars. The next one I read was a book of poems, and it was a Kindle Unlimited book, and this was 2 AM Thoughts. I really enjoyed this one. I don't know how to go over what poetry is about, normal poetry stuff, I guess. I did not use Cassidy's reading thing that I use for this because I don't know how to use that for poetry, so I went with my gut and gave it a 4 star. Really enjoyed it, and I want to read more poetry this year. The next book I read was another short book, and that was The Werewolf by Alma Katsu. I listened to this and I followed along because it was another Kindle Unlimited book, and it was good. It had a lot of themes of like how war makes monsters of us all, and there are always going to be sacrifices that you will make that you don't want to make, but will happen anyway when just depending on the choices you make. I don't know if I'm explaining that a lot, but it was definitely different. It had that creature feature of werewolves in it, and it was just a different take on a werewolf book, and I enjoyed it. I'm not sure what I'm going to give this one yet. I'm going to sit on it, but it's probably a 3 star, but we'll see. And the only book that I'm currently reading right now, I'm not going to tell you because it's going to be for a video. On the 2nd of February, it should be going up, but it's my first sentence vlog, and this was the book I picked for that. You'll get to see that all in the video, but I don't want to spoil it, so you'll just have to wait and see. I'm 71% into it as of the 31st, but I should finish it tonight, so I'm not worried about it. And I'm really excited for you guys to see my thoughts on this book, so keep your eye out for that. Now we're going to get into the small book haul that I did since the last reading update and book haul. So I got 10 books, not a lot. I'm happy with it. So the first one is Magic Lies and Deadly Pies. This is a cozy mystery. I'm not sure if it's got fantastical elements in it or not. Then I got a contemporary romance, and that's Under Lock by Mariana Zapata. I really enjoy some of her books, so I wanted to give this one a try. Then I got a book of poetry, and that is Life of the Party. Then I picked up 2 new releases for my TBR treats, and the first one is Guess by Keelan Patrick Burke, I think, and How to Sell a Haunted House, which I used my Audible credit for, so I'm really excited to get to these 2. And the last 5 are all part of a series, and that is the Demon Slayer manga. So I've got the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the 5th one. I've been recently obsessed with the Demon Slayer anime show. I've watched all 3 seasons so far, and I just keep rewatching them, and I'm obsessed. So I decided that I needed all 5 of these books to get me started on my manga journey with them and see how they differ from the anime or if they're pretty much the same. But I think there's 23 volumes out. I could be wrong. There could be more. But I want to read them all. I need to own them all, and I want to read them all. So I'm happy to have these 5. So that was everything for this reading update and small book haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like down below if you did. Comment down below letting me know how the month of January went for you reading wise, and subscribe if you want to. I'd greatly appreciate it. And until my next video, I will see you guys again soon. Bye!